Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I need to tell you a story. One Sunday, a woman who doesn't have a house, who lives outside, she asked if I had a large luggage. And it was right when laws were changing and people could no longer urban camp in areas. So I asked folks at church if anybody had the big, large luggages that they don't use anymore. And some folks not only brought the ones that they weren't using, they brought brand new pieces of large luggage. And I've been able to give those to folks whom I see carrying all of their belongings, because if they leave them anywhere, they will be destroyed, they will be thrown away. So one woman brought another one, and I knew that there was a man sleeping in the park, and he had his things with him. So I went over with this luggage, and I said, "Good morning." He got up, and he said, "Thank you for waking me up. It's time for me to get up." And I asked him if he wanted the luggage, and he said, "Ooh, I really do." He said, "I was able to get into a shelter, and I've got some new clothes, and all of them are stuffed in this backpack. And I really had some other things that I had to throw out." He said, "But I also just got a scooter because I got a job, and I wouldn't be able to bring the luggage with me on my scooter." And he said, "Ooh, but it's so tempting." He said, "But I know that there will be plenty of people who can use that." And so I, shortly prayed with him and just thanked him for his consideration for somebody else, and wished him well, because I knew good was coming for him. I could feel it, and he could feel it. He was moving towards where he needed to be, and he no longer needed that luggage because he had a scooter, but he wanted to make sure somebody else got it. I was so touched by his generosity while he was in need. And you can't help but see, in comparison, the tremendous greed. I think sometimes our narrative is our framework is so wrong, simply because we don't know people. We don't have conversations with people. We don't really share stories to the point of getting to know. We come with our own assumptions and with our own sharings, and this is what you need, and you take it. And we don't listen, and we don't hear. And what I heard and saw was him looking at this really nice piece of luggage and going, boy. A few days later, I could have really used that because I didn't have any hope. But I have hope now because I have an appointment and I have my paperwork, and I'm going to get my scooter. How can those with so much have so little hope? While those with so little are holding on to hope. There was a time that I believed that hope was for the poor, but I know that if I could really douse some folks with hope, maybe they would just not cling to their stuff so hard. I love you, and I know we're going to get there. I'm going to ask that you send some love and some energy and some thought to all of those who have lost their hope. I love you. And by the by, I do mean all.